Hi, this is Rick Adams for the third video of Gov 35, and the question today is, how do we see character and commitment to principle impacting presidential leadership? And as a teacher and a head football coach, I'm always talking to my classes and my teams about character and leadership, and it is very important for that leader to have that quality of character. It defines the type of leader that you are, and how people will follow you, whether it be in a positive way or negative way, depending on how you're leading. And when you look at the presidency, it is important for the most powerful person in the world to have that character. And we can look at past presidents and see how their character has led them in their presidencies and the most recent presidencies. And today, when you look at President Trump, I think you have two sides of the issue on character. You have those who say his character is not becoming of a president, of someone who should be leading this country, and someone who should be setting an example for the rest of our country and our younger generations to follow. And you see that with a lot of excuses given by members such as Antifa and the Democrats, who come out, speak harshly against the president, and Hollywood celebrities who use nasty language to speak out against President Trump and say, well, because of his we're justified in doing this because of his the things that he says and what he's done. And so because he acts this way, we're allowed to act this way. So you see this with a lot with President Trump. And then you have the other side, those who support President Trump and say, we know he's a flawed person, as an individual. We know he's got a lot of character flaws in his past. He's been married several times. He's spoken out against certain things, that Access Hollywood tape, and those people have said, we're not voting for a Boy Scout. We're voting for someone to get the job done as president. And so you have those people who have supported President Trump who have seemed to look away or against his, overlooked his character, his personal principles, and focus more on his policies and what actions he's gotten done as president. And I think those people have looked at, okay, we're going to dismiss the type of person that he is and look at the leadership that he has shown as a president and as a business person. Past presidents haven't had perfect character either. President Kennedy, when it comes to cheating on his wife, had many character flaws there. But people have come to have this expectation that the president has to act and speak in a certain way, and President Trump definitely has not followed that, I guess, rule, so to speak. When you look at the institution of the presidency, people say, regardless of, and I agree with this, regardless of who is at president or who is the president, you need to treat the office of the president with respect, regardless of who that person is. And when you look at President George W. Bush, you had the anti-Bush people out there calling him stupid and making all of these jokes about President Bush. When President Obama was president, you see more of we respect the president, but we don't agree with the policies of the president. And now with President Trump, you have again this group of people who are making excuses to denounce the presidency, saying this is not my president, and calling him out and calling him nasty names. a lot of rhetoric on the left, the Antifa group, and they're all using the excuse of, well, the president acts a certain way, so we're allowed to act this way because it's justified. But I think when it comes to character, you have to have a leader who is going to be able to back up what they say and the messages that they send to the rest of the world and to the people of the United States. When a president says he's going to do something, he needs to do that. And President Trump so far has done that. He's done that in Syria with the missile attacks against the chemical weapons. He has had tough rhetoric against North Korea, which so far has brought North Korea to the negotiating table. That has looked so far to be a positive move. Contrasting that with President Obama, who talked about the infamous red line and did not act in Syria, that created I think an opportunity for other countries to increase their activities, such as Russia and China. I think words do matter for the presidency, and I think again it comes to the point of, does the what the person has been in the past, does that matter versus the job that the person does as president? And that's I think an important part with leadership. Today I think people are looking for, again, a leader to be able to have that character, to be civil in discourse and in their rhetoric, and at the same time be tough on their actions or in their actions. President Trump definitely has not, been civil in his discourse, and I think some people have supported that, and some people have not. So, but when it comes down to it, I think you look at, is the person getting the job done when they need to be getting that done in the heat of the moment, and accomplish what they say that they're going to do. So again, this is Rick Adams for Gov35. It's been a pleasure with this course. I've learned a lot, and thank you.